First of all, I will explain substantive law. Substantive law is the statutory or written laws that govern rights and obligations of those who are subject to it or who are within its jurisdiction. It defines crimes and punishments as well as civil rights and responsibilities. It is the law which defines rights and liabilities. In substantive law, if any wrong is done by an individual, group, organization, or state, substantive law is the one which makes the offender liable to the other. Therefore, it defines the legal relationship of people with one another or between them and the state also. Substantive law defines civil rights and responsibilities in civil law as well as criminal law. So, substantive law refers to all categories of public and private law, including the law of contracts, real property, torts, and criminal law. For example, criminal law defines certain behavior as illegal and lists the elements the government must prove to convict a person of a crime. For instance, if Ronnie is being charged for driving while intoxicated, it should be proved that Ronnie was driving or operating a motor vehicle. He was driving on a public road. He was driving while intoxicated. And that he has prior convictions, if any, for driving while intoxicated. Substantive law is very important in our society. The function of substantive law is to define, create legal rights and status, and impose legal duties on the state. Then, under procedural law, it is recognized and appreciated that the legal systems cannot do whatever they please when cases are brought before them. In order to ensure that laws are enforced fairly, there are certain rules and procedures that must be enforced when a court hears any case, whether civil or criminal. These sets of laws and procedures are known as the procedural law. So, procedural law is the area of law that describes and prescribes the procedures to be followed by the courts in all fields of civil and criminal law. For instance, these basic rules in procedural law are followed in criminal matters. There must be probable cause to make an arrest. The probable cause are the facts and circumstances leading to the belief that an accused person has committed a crime. So, facts and circumstances must be available for the arrest to be made. A prosecutor must file charges specifying what the individual is accused of. The defendant must be arraigned on those charges. The defendant must advise the court whether he has an attorney or is requesting a court-appointed attorney. Bail must be set, or in some cases denied for good cause. Notice of the court appearance date and the time must be sent to the defendant. If a plea bargain cannot be reached, the case is set for trial. If the defendant is convicted at the trial, he or she has the right to appeal later. So, why is procedural law important? Procedural law ensures that there is a fair and consistent application of processes to all cases that come before a court. That is the importance of procedural law. Let us conclude this section by differentiating between substantive and procedural law. Substantive law defines the rights and duties, while the procedural law provides the mechanism for enforcing the rights and duties. Procedural law is there then to enforce substantive law. For example, murder is a criminal offense, which is under substantive law, while the rules to be followed in prosecuting an offender, that is a murderer, right, are referred to as procedural law. So we are saying murder is a criminal offense, while the rules to be followed in prosecuting an offender of that law are referred to as procedural law.